the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Good morning to you. Yes, indeed. Beautiful morning. Alrighty then. And it's going to be another beautiful episode of the We the People on Ozisa 96.1 FM. My name is Ogechi Iwu. Yes, indeed. And if you check the intro jingle for this program, we often ask, is democracy really democracy if your voice is not heard? And we're going to be taking a look at the issue of democracy in Nigeria. 1999 till date. Democracy in Nigeria. Are we really practicing democracy here? Are the people of Nigeria actually experiencing the dividends of democracy? And does the voice of the people or the opinion of the people actually count in terms of government policies and actions and so on and so forth in this great country, Nigeria? Yes, indeed. We the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Democracy on the front burner. So, democracy in Nigeria, what is your rating? Are we really practicing democracy? Are Nigerians experiencing the dividends of democracy? Does the opinion of the people actually count in terms of government policies and so on and so forth? Yes, indeed, we are taking a look at democracy from the viewpoint of the average Nigerian. So, that's what we'll be taking a look at today on We the People. I'm not alone here. I also have a very special guest, Professor Vallen Emeka Obinna. Yes, indeed. You are very welcome to We the People on Ozisa 96.1 FM.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited and delighted to be here. First time officially to participate in your program, just to be part of this new democratic setting of communication.
Okay.
So I'm very, very proud of Ozisa FM 96.1, and I'm very happy to be here for the first time, as I said, officially. I've been here unofficially. Thank you.
Okay, well, so what is your take on democracy as practiced in Nigeria? Are Nigerians really having a feel of the democracy? Does the opinion of the people count in terms of maybe government formulation of policies and so on and so forth? What's your take on democracy in Nigeria, 1999 till date? They often say that the country is in a learning curve. It is a learning experience. It took the US 200 years and so on and so forth. But what is your take? Is democracy thriving? Is it improving in Nigeria, 1999 till date? What's your take?
Thank you so much. So many issues, so many questions, so many question marks. Talking about democracy in Nigeria from 1999 to 2019, that's 20 years roughly.
Yeah.
And the question of whether we are practicing democracy or not will keep remaining there. Comparing or not with United States and others, as you said, will always continue to be there because we have parameters, we have comparative analysis to do once in a while. So we are not in isolation, and what we're practicing is not really our own invention. So we're practicing something that came from somewhere else. So when we look at what we're doing here, we also have to look at what is happening from where we got it. Now, if we talk about those others who are doing it, who have been doing it for 200 years, like America, they are still learning one way or the other.
Okay.
Many things are coming up every day. Even their president is possibly going to be impeached. So it's not perfect anywhere. But when you come back to Nigeria,
well, even if the president is, let's say, even if the president could be impeached,
yes.
well, if he has done wrong, he should be impeached. There have been several.
Oh, sure, definitely.
There have been instances in Nigeria where people say that one of our presidents has done this and done that, and if the National Assembly was actually up to its onions, or knew its onions, or was looking beyond parochial sentiments, that the person should have been shown the way out.
Definitely, that's what I mean. Because if it's like a place called United States of America, if Trump is found guilty through the process, definitely nobody will be looking at where he's coming from or who he is. It is just democracy on its bare face value. So that's where we are far away from there. You know, the political disposition in Nigeria and the dispensation, the culture, is what we think we are yet far away from. But I think, to be fair to ourselves, we cannot say that we have not moved an inch, even if we have not moved as much as we should, because most of the things happening around us, which we say is also part of the learning process, are things that will help us if we are going to improve beyond this particular regime or dispensation we are having around here, because it doesn't start and end with those in power right now. We're talking about generations to come, and if those who are watching are seeing the lapses, the errors, then we believe that they will improve on those things, because maybe we don't have the models right now of democracy, possibly so. But when you talk about democracy as government of the people, by the people, and for the people, one, how do those people emerge in the first instance to be in charge? The democratic process of bringing out people in terms of elections, we're still very far away. A lot of stories and manipulations and all that are still going on there. And then when those go in there, what do they know and do about democracy? Do they really know it's about the people? That's the question. When they go there, we talk more about those in power as if they are the power themselves. They are supposed to be serving the people. And yet we worship them, we run around them, they move in convoys and all that. Instead of stepping down, coming to us, or we going to them and asking them questions and demanding answers. Most times, what we're doing here is hero worshipping. We don't have the sense of democracy yet at every level in Nigeria. That is the problem. So the culture is not there. We have barely started. But I think we have gone an inch, I think. So we have a lot of issues, as you raised. Those who are in different positions, whether elected or appointed, are they accountable to the people? How do the people ask them questions like we are talking about these things now? Some of them could be listening to us and saying, well, that's their job, they keep talking. But if it's where people really sift the opinion of the people, they will take account of all these things, including and especially most times the opposition, those they think are against them. You learn more from your enemies. You try to secure yourself knowing the plans of your enemies. So that's what happens in real democracy. Those who are opposing you, those who are against you, so to say, you try to learn things from them and even surprise them by giving them some of these dividends of democracy we're talking about, to surprise them, to tell them, oh, you did not vote for me, but I know it's not the end of the world. Maybe some other time there could be another election, either for myself or for my party or somebody who is close to me, then you could correct it from there. But where we have a situation when you win,
where they say that with those who give 5%, I will not give them
right.
the same.
That's right. So that kind of idea is not democracy, because everybody cannot vote for you. You cannot expect that everybody, even in your family, will support your ideas. So those who tell you the contrary, most times tell you the truth. So that's why we are not anywhere near what it should be. And those in charge seem not to care about the people. Every time we come and talk about roads, as we are lamenting every day, we talk about electricity, we talk about water. These are basics that we should not be talking about right now. We are supposed to have gone beyond this idea of every election. Somebody comes to promise us that we're going to have good roads, we're going to have... No. There are basic things that we should be talking about in terms of democracy, the processes, how people benefit, how you allocate power, how you allocate all the things that belong to a country like Nigeria. Is not just about you.
Yeah, and even the issue of like now, listening to the voice of the people, or does the opinion of the people actually count? When you talk about, like now, the jumbo allowances for the National Assembly members, and
and you're talking about minimum wage of 30,000, which is so difficult to implement in a country. Even when it was 18,000, we still have issues of people being owed in terms of their salaries and in terms of arrears of pensions linked to 18,000. Now, even if when you're talking about 30,000, see how difficult it has been for government to sign and begin to renegotiate, and now governors are supposed to come and start renegotiating with their state level and all that. These are things we are looking at from the minimum. Now, when you look at the maximum, those of them in the National Assembly, nobody is even talking about them. We hardly know what they're earning. And when somebody tried to mention an insider who tried to disclose, we know how the person was dealt with, and he's not back to the National Assembly, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So when you reveal some of the secrets among them, it's like a secret cult. If you reveal, then you are at a risk. So when you talk about their own, it's okay. The budget is for them, even for their dogs, for the most everything about them is for themselves. So democracy is about them and for themselves and their families and cronies. So that's where we have a problem. But if they're listening to the people, first of all, even before listening to the people, you know that the people have problems.
Yeah.
Before even they start shouting, you are moving on the same roads. You are going to the same markets. Well, I don't know if they go to the same markets because it looks like all of them have their own shops and supermarkets where and they have filling stations. They have their own universities. They have everything for. Many of them have their own churches. So nobody preaches to them. Nobody talks to them. So whatever they want to hear, they employ the pastors and preachers who tell them. Sometimes some of them take over and begin to preach. So this is the democracy we're having. Like now. You have a president who can rule you from any part of the world, as some people are saying. Our president is outside the country, did not transmit anything to the National Assembly to say, I'm going somewhere. He went to Saudi Arabia, and now he's on a private visit to London. And in that private visit, he's signing something official. When somebody is supposed to be here acting on his behalf. And who took it to him? His chief of staff, Abakari. So you see the type of democracy we're having. And who is there to talk?
A great waste of public funds.
That is it. Who is there? National Assembly is watching. Have they said anything about that? Instead, they will just they tell us that he can rule from anywhere and for how long he wants to say. Because the next thing you hear is that he's no longer returning on so and so day. He has extended it, and you cannot do anything. It doesn't happen in a real democracy.
Well, the law, the Constitution does allow him to stay out for 21 days without transmitting.
Yeah, sure.
But if he stays longer than that.
But morally speaking, we
okay.
should know who should be in charge in his absence, even if it's one day. You need to make it clear, or it should be understood that this person is acting. Now, instead of even having some power to act as president, you are reducing. You know how many of his aides have been removed from him, from his office? The report we just had.
We just heard about that, even though some of them are saying that they are still on seat, that they haven't received any letters.
That's right. They have to play safe all the time. So you cannot come out and say it is true. But before it started coming out, there must be something there. So this is the kind of thing we're talking about in a democratic setting. From all levels you have, immediately you are in there. It is your own. You lock the door. You do whatever you want. People can go to hell. They can,
Well, there had been much hue and cry over this border closure in some quarters.
Right.
Well, we are part of ECOWAS and so on. But anyway, let's...
We're not just part of ECOWAS. The headquarters is in Nigeria.
Okay.
And you are the one telling the world that the essence of ECOWAS is free trade and all those things. It is good to close borders for so many reasons. Your own internal security. Even some people close their border because of Ebola at a time. That's another part of security, health security. You can close your border for whatever, like when we have elections, you close your border. It is announced. You close your borders, you consult your neighbors, they understand what you're doing. But we understand why they're closing the border, because there's a lot happening around these borders. A lot of smuggling, a lot of, backyard business going on.
Yeah, but many Nigerians also export through these borders.
That is a
they also
problem.
export, and there's much hue and cry.
That's right.
But, it appears that they are lending deaf ears to this. Would you say that's very responsive?
Well, their own idea is that you don't need to bring in things we have here. That's the thinking. If we have our own rice, or we don't have it, if we don't import, then we are compelled to start producing. But have you gone to the extent of producing it so that when you now close your border, you don't need it from abroad? All those things you say should not come in. Do you have them? And for whom? Because sometimes when you say these things, we have them, Like somebody will tell you that Nigerians are not hungry because he himself is not hungry. He has enough. So when you have had your own, or you can buy it at any price, then you can afford to close it for as long as you want. So they're not thinking of the people who depend on that. And while we are talking about the closure, the smuggling is going on. These immigration people are still doing their business because there are so many loopholes. Have we controlled our borders? Do we really know our borders? Who has bothered to know our borders? Not even. Yeah, you are talking about the land, but the sea has not been closed. The air has not been closed. But I know it's more of these land borders
and so on.
That's right. We have all these. Well, there are checks. All the same, we cannot say it's all negative because for some time the arms,
Okay, so basically, what are Nigerians actually getting a fair deal in their democracy?
Fair deal, that's where we are talking about it here, because we won't be lamenting too much if we are having the fair deal, because we hardly know these people who are, in power. We hardly know them in the sense that instead of working for the people, they seem to be working against the people. All of us are supposed to own government. Government is about the people and for the people. We should be the ones to tell them, to let them know. And when there's something that is not working well, we are the people to tell them, or even employ the power of recall. Who has ever resigned in Nigeria for anything? Rather, the person will go and have all the illegal things and have chieftaincy and doctorate degrees. So these are the compensations for illegalities we are having in terms of democracy. Nobody, if it's a military thing, you don't bother yourself, you don't talk. But sometimes you see some little people who are even more democratic. Sometimes. But we always prefer people because they are civilians, they are not in Abada. But when they do so many things,
they're not in uniform.
That's the thing. But when they operate, they are more of dictators in their own ways and thinking. They don't even want to hear what you're saying. They do whatever they want. You can go to hell. And that's the problem we're having of democracy. That mentality of I am working for the people is hardly there. These are people who, when they go there, I don't know the kind of thing they drink. Maybe the way I'm talking, if I get in there, because if I decide to get in there, it means I have decided to get in there. But if I'm talking from outside and I decide to go in there, can I really talk the same way? Because for you to be there, you must accept. So most times when people are given power, they play along. If I have not seen 1 million in my life, I may begin to dance to the tune because that's what is happening around me. And my people will ask me, what did you do when you went there? So some of us now try to be nice all the same, but when we go there, as nice as we can, we try to do some illegal things because when I come home, my people will be looking at me and say, how long did you stay there? What did you do? But that's an error because it is not going around the way it should go. If we have it going around, you have all that you need. People in the villages feel it. Those in the town feel it. You have what you need. What else do you need? Like what is going on in my neighborhood. And somebody was saying that some people are collecting money to go and give some people to restore power and all that. I say, if they eat, let them work. Not when you eat and you don't work. That's what we do in Nigeria. If you eat, do the work. We won't care again. But that's not what it should be. You should work and eat.
Okay.
That's what it should be. Work and eat. Not really eat and work. But
Alrighty then.
You see most of them who eat and they don't work.
We the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. We're taking a look at the democracy. Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Alrighty then. In Nigeria here, are we really getting a fair deal out of our democracy? So what is your take? Is democracy really doing well in Nigeria? And are the Nigerian people really feeling the dividends of the democracy? Yes, indeed. The numbers to call are the usual ones: 0803 22 53 415 and 0708 26 41625. We the people. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Okay, that one got away. Well, you can still call us up. The numbers are still the same: 0708 26 1625 and 0803-2253415. We the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please.
This is
Okay, Mazi, but your line is breaking. Yeah, but we're not hearing you clearly. Maybe you move you move away from where you are.
Hello.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank the man in the studio. We are doing something good there.
Okay, please. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Oh, okay. I'm Kira here.
Okay.
I'm at a school there.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome.
The type of democracy we practice in Nigeria, I find it difficult to reconcile the kind of democracy we practice. Like my student have rightly said, we are not practicing democracy. This is dictatorship. That's dictatorship. Just take a look at what is happening in the country, the level of lawlessness, those that are not willing to obey the law of the land. One of the ingredients of democracy is the rule of law. And it is not here. We can't say we are practicing democracy. I find it difficult. There is no dictionary definition to what we are practicing in Nigeria.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello. Good morning. We the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Well, we appear to be having a caller on the other line. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? What's your take? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay. My name is Comrade Ompadek Chidozemosu. I come from Mokane, peaceful community in Ohaji.
All righty then. What's your take on our democracy?
Alright. Okay. Thank you very much for this wonderful topic. I want to this historically as in Nigeria, we're not practicing democracy. Democracy, simply put, is a government of the majority or government of the people, the people on the people. And you cannot tell me that we are practicing democracy whereby if a journalist writes something, he be arrested. We are not practicing democracy because there is freedom of speech, but there is no freedom after speech. Then democracy, we are not practicing democracy in Nigeria because the people's opinion are not respected. Our leaders do whatever they like. If we are practicing democracy, there is no way the federal government cannot pay 5,000 naira minimum wage. So I want to say in summary that democracy only exists in paper. So I don't see Nigeria practicing any form of democracy. That's my humble submission this morning. From work and no hard.
All righty then. Thank you so much, Comrade Ompadek. Yes, indeed. We the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning again.
Good morning. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from? What's your take?
Yes, this is Michael from Kennedy.
Okay, go ahead.
I think what Nigeria is practicing is what you can call militaryocracy. I think this is the best word. This is the best word to define Nigerian government. Okay, are you practicing democracy where when peaceful protesters will come out, Nigerian police will bring out live bullets, they'll bring out live arms and attacking people who are protesting peacefully? Are you practicing democracy when Nigerian police will just march on the road extorting money from the people that they are meant to protect? Or are you practicing democracy in a country where police will be intimidating those who are supposed to protect? Are you practicing democracy in a country where media are being clamped to, journalists are being manhandled anyhow. When you speak out the truth, Nigerian government will begin to see you as the enemy. They'll begin to see you as number one enemy and planning on a way to attack you. Are you practicing democracy in a country where they see white and call it black, and when they see black, they call it white? Are you practicing democracy in a country where a section of a part of the country will be killing at will, and the federal government will have nothing? The federal government will keep dumb. Federal government will be even arming them, giving them go-ahead order. And you
that one is supposition. You cannot prove that. You cannot prove that. So please do not say that.
You see the center of the country even promising to give more help. It's unfortunate. Nigeria is only practicing militarycracy. This is the word I will use to define Nigerian government.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving us your take. Please, when you do call in, do use temperate language. Hello?
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, brother. Okay.
Yes, please.
This is...
Hello? Hello? Okay, so sorry about that. Good morning.
Good morning. God bless you. Okay.
Good morning, my brother. Please, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm not Natasha.
I coach you.
My brother, let us tell ourselves the truth. There's nothing like democracy in Nigeria. We have three tiers of government: legislative, executive, and judiciary. We are in democracy where judiciary is not functioning and the legislative is not functioning. We have power belongs to people, but if you look at what is happening now, power belongs to one person, that is the executive. We are now reading by position because one other says position is a 9/10 of the law. Your opponent is having 1/10. The people is having 1/10. The executive is having 8. Where is democracy functioning? How do you have democracy where the judiciary is no longer existing and the legislative is no longer existing? So in Nigeria, we are ruling by one person, which is that executive. So there's nothing like a democracy. It's only functioning on radio, television, and newspaper. God bless you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Nana. We the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, brother. It's Namdi that called back.
Okay, Namdi.
Namdi that called from the Ubomiri.
Okay, Namdi from Ubomiri. Go ahead, what's your take?
But okay, all of us, you and I really know that we are not practicing democracy. Just take an example of what happened last administration. When court will give an injunction, the state government, the incumbent governor will neglect it. But look at Okada being stopped in Owerri. Today, police, anything, even from ministry, sometimes, as soon as you have immunity, run it the way it is. Now, when a citizen comes to a rally that shows that what this person is doing is not good, or this, what happens? Either all of them will be in jail, or they will be facing trial. When the government will not listen to the masses that is their ruling, that elected them, when sometimes when things are being directed the way they want it apart. When you look at your right in a democracy, government of the people, by the people, by the people, nobody listen to your cry. When this we are practicing democracy, please, we still want them to apply something special. Let them stop deceiving us that we are practicing democracy when we are practicing autocracy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Autocracy. Oh, my goodness. Well, we the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Hello, good morning.
Morning, my good friend in the studio.
Yes, please.
My name is Martin, the man to Judo Badger. I will always cry for Nduchizolo. The one I will be controlled until people believe that there is democracy in the country. Yes. Why am I saying so? At least it will be an overstatement for anybody to say that there is no democracy in the country. There is, but it depends on maybe those who are maybe pursuing democratic principles. For instance, democratic institutions like the court to checkmate the exercise of the executive, to checkmate the
legislators and others. You see, sometimes it is true that maybe some people may not be obeying court orders, or some people may be doing things safely. But those landlords also challenge them in the court and obtain judgment. And even when one thinks that a particular governor is not doing that, you can wait for governors and then presidents are enjoying immunity. So when their tenure expire, maybe you can take up whatever case you have against them. So I think that there is a democracy in the country. When law and order falls, government falls to pieces. So if we don't have democracy, then certainly, I can imagine the kind of government we'll be having. One can wake up overnight and do whatever one wants. So I think tomorrow I still believe that we have democracy right in the country, and there is no two ways. There's no saying about it. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Okay, thank you so much, Chief Judo Baja. We the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Democracy on the front burner. Yes, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your take?
Yeah, good morning, Prof. You still there?
Good morning. I'm still very much around. Welcome.
Okay, Prof. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Yes, this is Duru Daniel. Duru Daniel is calling from Oluro this morning.
All righty then, go ahead.
Yes, we're talking about democracy. The truth about it, the truth we must tell ourselves remains that we are yet to practice democracy. Yes, we are practicing something that looks like it, but until there is independence of judiciary, until the legislature is independent, we cannot say we are practicing democracy. We saw what happened the other time, how Onoye was removed and the intention for which he was removed, which came to fulfillment a few days ago. So the truth about this is that as long as the judiciary is attacked, in fact, as long as the executive continues to call the whole shots, continue to remain very powerful, far powerful than the other two arms of the government, we cannot claim to be practicing democracy. This is just the truth. And I don't even see Nigeria practicing democracy, the soonest. This is my take.
Okay, thank you so much, Duru Daniels. Rather pessimistic there. All righty then. It's we the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. We have democracy on the front burner. Yes, indeed. There is Nigeria, or Nigerians really enjoying democracy in this country? What is your rating of Nigeria's democratic experiment? Yes, indeed. And also, what do you think is the way forward, come to think of that? Meanwhile, we had some of our callers mention. Anyway, we have another one. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your take?
Yeah, I'm a Jogo Charles.
All righty then. Where are you calling from?
Calling from Christchurch.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. It's obvious that we really need to tell ourselves the truth. And that truth remains that, there are structures of democracy put on ground, like the executive arm, the judiciary arm, and the legislature. But the problem remains that they are not doing their work. The executive, the check and balances are not there. People are not doing hard. They are not doing the normal thing they are supposed to do. The most important projects, like what you said when you this thing, they are not doing what they are need to do. Nigeria should have passed this stage of road, water, electricity. These things are supposed to be right stable now in Nigeria. South Africa is not talking about electricity again. Even Ghana is not talking about electricity again. Even as we speak now, people are not providing water for themselves. Every house or in every environment now, you cannot see boreholes everywhere. People are not taking the charge to themselves. And it's still government trying to manipulate, see how they can be charging people or people providing for themselves. like what you said earlier, you will contribute neighborhood-wise to repair a transformer that's supposed to be government doing. And after you see NEPA or this PSCS, they will come and be collecting bills. What need to pay bills after paying some thousands to repair the transformer or put the electricity in order? So all these things, like when we talk about the toll gate, you say a state, a region of 45 states, you're not giving them more than 50-something toll gates, and the roads are not good. The roads are death traps. And this zone has the most death trap roads. It's not roads, I call them death traps. But you still want to implement such things. Who is doing this? Somebody who calls himself a minister, who calls himself a graduate. Is he actually a graduate? Why is he doing all this? So, I believe in Nigeria, we're not practicing democracy.
All righty then. Thank you so much. Please let's not cast aspersions on people while we are on the program. Yes, indeed, we were talking with Jogu, who is equally saying that we should have gone beyond this issue of I will water Otanzu Otanchara, I will macadamize Ekemeboha, and also on. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please. What's your name?
Please, this is Austin from Akwakuma.
Austin from Akwakuma. All right, then go ahead.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, Austin.
What we are practicing in Nigeria currently, please, there is nothing at the sign of democracy in this very government that is running for the past 4 years up to this present year that they are continuing now. Our brother said that they are running autocracy, and that is fact. And to me, to add to our brother own, they are running nothing more than plutocracy. This is the government that run by powerful people, by people who have money, and poor man cannot see and cannot bring any objection. They will agree. So that is the government they are running, plutocracy. There's nothing like democracy in Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay, Austin from Akwakuma. Yes, indeed. It says it's plutocracy. All righty then. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please.
Yes, it's Brother Talbot.
Okay, where are you calling from?
From Mr. Lambert.
Okay. Go ahead.
According to what you are saying on this country, please, I want to correct every Nigerian, because that is what I saw in the spirit. We are not practicing democracy, as one of the callers said. We are not practicing democracy. We are only practicing democracy. We are practicing democracy because the people that is in power, all of them belongs to one being, one to other. That is the reason why they don't care about the masses. They don't care about the people, the poor. They don't care. I don't know how to describe them. In this country called Nigeria.
So what is the way forward? What can be done?
I'm telling you, the way forward is something to divide this country and let Biafra be.
Well, we cannot talk about the issue of division of the country on this channel. We will not propagate that. But thank you so much for giving us your opinion. Yes, indeed, it is We the People on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Leon Gamuchi.
Okay, Lee Young. So what's your take on the state of our democracy? And what do you think is the way forward?
Actually, in the book of things and the way this is going in this country, you know that we are not practicing democracy outrightly. We are practicing democracy, but our leaders, all their children are schooling outside country, whereby our own educational system is in comatose. We are practicing a democracy whereby the best graduate will be given 10,000 as a best graduate. What sort of motivation is that? Is that really a motivation? A democracy where people cannot do protest, peaceful protest for that matter, then you tag them terrorists. Where people with arms, you find another thing to defend them all together. We are not even practicing democracy. A democracy that doesn't have the people in mind. People are dying. Hunger are everywhere. People are suffering. Everybody is depreciating per second billing. Things are not going the way it should go. We are not really practicing democracy. The way forward, to my own understanding and to my own view, let those people who have ruled this country for long and they are still coming back and destined to come and rule again, let them go and rest. If possible, let that thing they did to those people in Ghana, let it be done to them also. They're supposed to step down for other people to showcase what they have, showcase the talent in them, let them showcase their charisma. Not we are practicing democracy and things are the way you should. We are not really practicing democracy because there is no even freedom of speech in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Lee Young. Even though we do not propagate the bloodshed and so on this channel, we the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM, democracy on the front burner. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please. What's your name? What's your take? Where are you calling from?
My name is Mr. Chijoke Waneri. I'm calling from Akwaku.
All righty then, go ahead.
Yes. First of all, I want to greet my prof in the studio there, Professor Vallen Obinna.
Good morning, Chijoke Waneri. Good to hear your voice here. Eh?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you.
Please, what I have to say is simple. I think the problem we're having in Nigeria today is a problem of the winner takes it all. This approach of winner takes it all is a serious problem. And the second factor I think we have as a problem is the problem of doing everything it takes to stay in power. So these two factors are basically the problems we are facing in Nigeria. If there's a way we can tackle these two problems so that people can understand that democracy is a problem.
Okay.
The people are not about what we get. So that is what I have to say this morning. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. We the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM, democracy on the front burner. All righty then. We just had a caller who got away. But anyway, do call us back. The numbers to call still are 0708 2641 625 and 0803 2253 415. We the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your take?
Stephen Melody from Amakonya.
All righty then.
Yeah, you see, democracy in Nigeria is just a message. Nigeria is not practicing democracy. They are not practicing the real democracy. The real democracy applies that there will be principle of separation of power working. Theory of checks and balances will work effectively. The rule of law will be maintained effectively. Judiciary must be independent. The legislative must be independent, and the executive likewise. Now, in this country, we are practicing democracy, where the judiciary cannot call a fair affair. They cannot discharge their judicial duty accordingly. Rather, they will discharge it with fear or favor. This is not democracy. We are just practicing democracy here.
Okay.
And it is like during the election, the police and the army has no authority, even army, to participate in election. Talk less of intimidating the voters. That is not democracy. The democracy is a place where somebody will try something that is very, very truthful and something that is very well established substantially established, the court will reject it.
Okay, so what is the way forward? What is the way forward? Let's look for solutions. What's the way forward?
The way forward is that judiciary must be totally independent. And the executive should not appoint the judiciary.
Okay.
Should not appoint the chief justice of the state or the Congress or state. The body should be state. Either the NJC or any other will appoint the chief justice of the federation and the chief justice of the state. And the rule of law must not be tampered with.
Okay.
The INEC must be independent, free and fair election will be held.
All righty then.
This will give
A melodious democracy. All righty then. We the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Yes, please. What's your name? What's your take? Where are you calling from?
Oh, I am Honorable Simon. I'm calling from Emmanuel College here in Moore.
All righty then. Go ahead.
Yes. See, my own take from all these things, one, if we want democracy to be in existence, one will have to do resource control. This is maybe somehow to say that one wants our representative goes there and then at the end of the day didn't fulfill his electioneering promises here and there. Like what happened in Mexico. We might even go to his house and pull him out. Maybe to tell him exactly letting he ought to land from not delivering the dividends of democracy. That is one. Two, I think we have to do the principle of separation of power. The executive has to be on their own. The judiciary and the legislature has to be on their own separate. Then control their resources and all what's not before we know exactly what will happen. Then on the third round, INEC has to be on their own and answer the name who they are trying to. Independent. They have to be independent and not to be controlled by any arms of the government. I think that would be the best way to move things forward and then let democracy be on its own. That is my intake. Good morning, all of you.
Okay, that's very good of you, Honorable. Yes, indeed. I've often wondered how independent can INEC be when you look at their vehicles. All the vehicles carry number plate, presidency. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your take?
Yeah, this is my call back from Ikenebu. Okay, you're looking for a solution to this military crash we are practicing in Nigeria. Okay, the best solution we will have in this country is either they restructure this country or let Nigeria be divided so that every region will go and put their country in order. This is the only two solutions.
Okay, but we cannot be advocating for division of this great country on this channel. All righty then, we the people on Ozisa 96.1 FM. The time is far spent, but we can still accommodate a call or two before our guest will round up. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Ozisa.
Yes, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your take?
Let me Chief Amadi from Orata.
Okay, Nick Amadi from Orata.
Chief
Amadi. Chief Amadi from Orata. Go ahead.
You see, Ozisa, the type of government we are running now lacks fight. You cannot hold and hold together. No, that is the bold enough to take the brother home and say, we cannot manage ourselves, we cannot live together. This is a marriage that is incompatible. We go back to what we were before 1963. Or let us go the way of the Soviet Union. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, that was Chief Amadi, and this appears to be a recurring decimal among many of callers. But we cannot advocate for division of this great country. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Okay.
Yes, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from? What's your take? You need to be brief. Time is no longer friendly.
All right. I remember my humble self from the company. Please, I want to make a suggestion. Yeah, for democracy to be highly functional in Nigeria, I think there should be separation of power among the various arms of government. The judiciary must be independent of the legislature and the executive in the exercise of its functions. And there should be checks and balances among them.
Okay.
The independence of the judiciary is very important because you cannot, the governor cannot appoint the chief judge of the state, and you expect the chief judge to maybe dance the tune of the opposition party or whatever. The governor detects their action.
Okay, Comrade Ompadek, well, that's as far as we can go. It's We the People on Ozisa 96.1 FM. The time is no longer friendly. I still have my special guest, and he's going to do a roundup in just, well, should we say 30 seconds? Professor Vallen Emeka Obinna.
Thank you so much. It's a privilege. I have listened like a good student to so many ideas coming from our callers, meaning that we are reaching out. And that's part of what we're doing. Well, for those who say there is democracy, they are right. Those who say there's no democracy, they are right. The perspectives are, how are you defining? That's what they're saying, basically. Some say they don't know how to define it. Because the way we are going about it, many say we are not practicing it. Now, we have a military carryover in our heads. We went through military era and came over to democracy with that. And then we had some retired generals who came in and carrying over that. So I said, basically, at this moment, we may not be getting it right the way it is, but we hopefully will be learning from all these lessons and suggestions we are making here that this is not the way it should be, this is how it should be, and so we can move forward and believe that those who are operating it here will go beyond them, and so that the next generations will begin to learn lessons from looking behind and getting it better in future. That's what I think. Thank you.
All righty, that has been We the People on Ozisa 96.1 FM, and we've been taking a look at democracy in Nigeria. Are we really practicing it? How does the Nigerian feel about his democracy? And what's the way forward? Well, we had so many callers, the lines are still on fire. But this is where we have to call it a day on We the People. My name is Ogechi Iwu. Special thanks to my special guest, Professor Vallen Emeka Obinna.
Vallen.
Oh, Vallen.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
A pleasure. That was really good.